Recently, my job slowed down quite a lot, so I finally had some time for myself to relax and maybe go on holidays with my family, or go see some friends and party, or just crawl back to my gaming chair and obsess for a week over Unreal Engine. It has been 3 months since the last time I opened my project. I don't remember most of the code, and I don't write comments. Now, to give you a bit of context, I've been a 3D animator for a while, but I only started working on Unreal Engine 2 or 3 years ago. At first I was just messing around, but then I figured might as well try and make something. So I started working on some kind of turn-based thing. It didn't take long to realize that I just didn't have enough experience to handle an RPG system, so I tried converting it to an adventure platformer. And honestly, it was coming along, but I realized pretty soon, after 4 or 5 months of working on it, that it was too big of a project for me to handle by myself. And that was the first time I've experienced scope creep. As you may have already noticed, I'm pretty chaotic with my method, so it happens pretty often that projects spin out of my control. So I just shelved the project and promised to go back to it once I have more money, people helping me, or experience. Then one evening I was playing co-op games with my friends, and even if they were pretty simple, I thought they were a lot of fun, so I figured that was a good new project to start working on. The new plan was toy tanks shooting each other, one level, no scope, nothing weird, and just be done with it in a week. And to be fair, that happened. After a week the prototype was kinda working and it was kinda fun. So I was ready to just shove the project as any other little exercise. The only thing that was bugging me were the tanks. They were very simple, and I thought I could just enhance them a bit before throwing the project away. So I made this, the walkie, and I absolutely loved it. But I was pretty sad that the level didn't look as good as him. So I decided to pick up some assets from the internet and just try to make the levels look a bit better. I also modeled more tanks, added new weapons, some secondary weapons, and added a character selection screen. And that was that. The game was pretty fun. I tested it with some friends, and it was cute. So everything was good, and I was ready to move on. The only thing that was bugging me was that being only a PvP game, people couldn't try it by themselves. So I figured that I should add even a pretty small PvE section. I tried making it into an adventure game. I added quite a lot of interaction and did some level blocking with horrendous results. Turns out level design is very hard. But while doing this, I realized I needed mobs. So this is what I came up with. My girlfriend named them Shrots, and that's what I called them for now. I updated Unreal Engine to have access to the gravity direction node, so that I could try to make them walk on walls, and that failed pretty miserably. I just couldn't get it to work. So instead I decided to make a few more mobs. The ones that stuck were a basic one, an exploding one, and a shooting one. I also decided to scratch completely the idea of an adventure game and just make it some kind of tower defense game. Now you had to get the stars from the mine and bring them to the robot, while trying to defend it from the bugs. But I still had a big problem. The game wasn't that much fun. So I decided to take a break. During this time I worked on many smaller projects. A fishing game with the idea of having many mini-games, a rage game inspired by Flappy Bird, and a few other experiments. But I just couldn't let Bumble Gamble die. So I decided to start from scratch and figure out what was the problem and how to fix it. I realized that one of the main issues was that I do not play tower defense games. I mostly play turn-based games or action adventures. Also, because I'm not a game designer, I need to learn a lot of stuff from scratch, so it's very useful if the mechanics are close to something I know. I decided to take inspiration from two games that I love very much, One is Monster Hunter. It's not very close to what I'm doing, but I think that having multiple bosses would allow me to leverage the fact that I can produce characters pretty quickly. And the second one is Binding of Isaac. Reason being that it's a twin stick shooter and the bosses are, compared to Monster Hunter, a bit dumber and with simpler AI that focus mostly on bullet hell mechanics. So that's how we get to today. I decided to make a new boss for the video game to try and push it in that direction, which I think it's really powerful and a lot closer to my chords compared to what I've been doing until now. Also, I decided to put the videos on YouTube, so that I can figure out if anyone is interested in this anyway. The next videos are gonna be a bit more technical compared to this, and they are gonna show the whole process from rigging to animation to kind of developing the monster and figuring out how to give it an artificial intelligence or some kind of pattern. So if you're interested in that, I hope you, ring the bell and do all that YouTube stuff. Thank you very much for watching.